Today we're at Sportchek. I've been in Edmonton with these winters for 40 years and I've always had a hard time trying to keep warm in the winter. So I thought I'd come here, ask my friend Reuben to show us around and tell me what I need to wear to stay warm in the winter.
Absolutely. Well, one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle is a winter jacket. So the warmest jacket typically you can buy is the winter parka, and this is one of my favorites, the Woods Alberta parka. This uses duck down insulation. Down is really great because it creates a lot of dead air space in a small area. It's really lofty, very fluffy, and very warm.
Why would the dead air be important?
Well, it's the dead airspace that actually traps the heat, not the insulation itself. The insulation creates dead airspace, and then you've got a waterproof, windproof outer layer that holds it all in.
Why would this be trapping in the hot air and not the cold air?
Right, good question. Well, your body's actually creating heat, not cold, so that's what's going to be right next to that insulation, and that's what's going to be trapped in there. Then you've got a good outer layer that's waterproof and windproof, so that keeps the cold from the outside from getting in there.
And I see a lot of jackets has this fur trim
Yeah.
on the top. Is it just for style or is there actually a purpose to it?
You know, that's a great question too. A lot of people think it's just, and it is highly fashionable, but what it actually does is it draws the moisture in your breath away from your face and out and into the fur, so it keeps your face a lot warmer. It's very, very functional. Having a really warm winter parka is important, but it's really all about the layering system and the accessories that's gonna help take you to that next level of warmth. So it all starts with what's next to your skin, and that's your base layer. And base layers, there's a lot of different thicknesses and different materials they use, but really the intent is to take the moisture, any sweat you have, take it away from your skin and move it to the outside where it can be evaporated through the jacket. We see a lot of polypropylene, which is a synthetic base layer.
Okay.
It does a really good job of moving moisture away. It's very light, it dries very quickly, better for high aerobic activities. And then the other really common material we see is wool, merino wool specifically.
I love the merino wool because you're getting away from that really thick, itchy wool.
Yes, yeah. When people think wool, they think, oh, itchy, but when you touch merino, it feels like it's soft as cotton.
Because sickle cell is a blood disorder, our circulation is really poor. So my hands are always cold, my feet are always cold. What's some good advice that you can give me about keeping my hands as warm as possible?
Absolutely. Some people might think that a glove would be warm because you have insulation around each individual finger, but it's actually warmer to have all the fingers together in a mitt. Mitts are typically a little warmer than gloves are.
Oh, okay.
And again, you want that waterproof outer layer with a good high loft insulation. This is a synthetic insulation called PrimaLoft that's in these guys, but a really, really good high quality insulation.
So these hand warmers,
Sure.
do they actually work?
They do, yeah. As soon as they get exposed to oxygen, there's a chemical reaction that happens. They're very inexpensive, $2 or $3 a piece, but the downside is they're only one-time use.
Oh, okay.
But if you've got money to spend, you can get yourself some heated socks.
Wow. How
Yeah.
do they work?
They have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery in there. There's a heating element that runs through down into the toes, and it heats them up, and then the insulation of your footwear will trap all that heat inside. Of course, you need a toque or a winter hat to wear as well, and they're of course all the same performance benefits we've talked about with other materials are going to apply here as well. So the more dead air space it can create, the better. But really, the most important thing with the hat is that you like the look of it, I think.
I guess so.
It feels good on your head. And then if you want, the most coverage, you want the warmest, it's going to be something like a full face cover. You can wrap it up so just your eyes are peeking out.
Footwear is something that gets overlooked.
Sure. You want something with good insulation and then something that's waterproof that's going to keep the snow and slush out. There are, higher fashion boots like this that have some insulation, and if you treat them, they can handle the water as well. But the best case scenario really is something like this. This has PrimaLoft insulation, and it says right on here, snowproof. And that's
Right.
going to keep the water and slush from getting into the boot. Just like you need a good base layer against your skin under a jacket, you want a good base layer against the skin on your feet, and those would be socks. I like this icebreaker. This is merino wool. Again, so it moves the moisture away from your feet, and just really comfortable and soft. People think wool, like they were saying, they think scratchy, but
Yeah.
merino wool comes from sheep high up in the New Zealand mountains. It's very, very warm and very, very comfortable against the foot.
When I was young, my mom would always bug me about snow pants. Are they really necessary?
I mean, the more you're going to be in the snow, the more you're going to want coverage on your legs. Something waterproof. These do have a little bit of synthetic insulation in them as well. Not so comfortable for walking around indoors. You're going to be spending some time outdoors. Extra insulation over the legs is going to help.
Thanks, Reuben. This has been fantastic. I'd also like to thank Sportchek and Atmosphere. This store is amazing, and you've really given us a good knowledge of what we need to do to stay warm in the winter.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. It's been my pleasure. I love helping people have the best time outside that they possibly can.
So don't be afraid to come ask for Reuben when you're coming shopping at Sportchek. And we're going to have lots of information on our website at the Sickle Cell Foundation of Alberta. And stay tuned because we're going to be providing some fabulous content. Thanks for watching.